are you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Behind the Music. Tonight, we have a special guest. We have a pop fusion artist based out of the GTA. She goes by the name of Fridaee. Yes, we are listening to her EDMS track in the background. This one's called Breakout, and she's joined us tonight. We're going to be talking about her artist journey thus far, from the beginning all the way to where we are today, and what is to come in the future. So, I hope you guys all stay tuned for this conversation while we are waiting for people to join us live. Please enjoy this track. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. I'm so good. I'm so pumped to have this conversation with you today.
Listen, all the
there's so much to get to. As you've been in the ground, in the scene for a minute. I'm so curious to know what inspired you to start pursuing music in the first place.
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, I've always sung. I've always sung since I was a little girl. But I want to say my grandparents, because I come from a musical family, and both of my grandparents, how they met was through music. My grandmother actually walked past the church and heard my grandfather singing, and then they just fell in love. And then it trickled down to her children, and then trickled down to us. So that's how I started music, and I love the journey that I've been on with it.
So your grandmother, okay, so what kind of tunes was she singing or playing? Like, how did your artistry get created from your grandma to where it's at now as like a pop fusion artist?
Well, I grew up in a Christian household, so there was a lot of gospel. There was a lot of oldies, and I say oldies because that's what I was growing up saying. Oldies, that comes from like Patti LaBelle, Smokey Robinson, all that good stuff. So all like the R&B, cool jazz type of vibe, that's the type of music that I grew up on, along with gospel. And just being around that. And also, I'm the youngest out of my siblings. I'm the baby, so I have my sisters who were born in the 80s, and so I had a lot of Mariah Carey. My sister is a huge Mariah Carey fan. There was a lot of, SWV. There's a lot of TLC. All that good R&B kind of vibes. That's where I grew up with, and it kind of molded into, me having a soulful voice, getting into my vibe. Right, the siblings. I was blessed enough to be able to be around that. But yeah, getting into my vibe. So how I ended up getting into the whole EDM pop realm was I went to a festival. It was in Wasaga.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called Electric Elements. And I went there, looked at everything. I saw the audience, like the attendees, and the crowds were full. And the fact that, everybody was there having a good time, I was like, I want to do this, but I want to make it into my vibe, And so that's how we kind of mashed up and got the R&B, the soul, the pop, the EDM, into my mash, because I had to be different.
Yeah. No, I love it. And you do such a great job. Like, we were all jamming to it before you hopped on here. I love the upbeat. I think a lot of the music right now that you have released is very more like house EDM in that era. And I think like when you perform live, people hear the soul, they hear the R&B, they hear that tonality. So I can't wait for you to release more of that on Spotify and stuff, so like people can get that side of you on there as well. But you're so good. You're so good at what you do.
Thank you. It's definitely a lot. to craft and kind of figure out my niche when it comes to that. Because, I won't say like I'm the first to ever do house and EDM. Definitely not. There have been that have been there before me, but, I had to, not a lot of people, I guess, Black women in Toronto are doing this. So I was like, you know what? How do I stand out? How do I, go against the grain and create my vibes? And that's what I did. I, researched and listened and kind of like, because house and EDM, honestly, when you listen to it, it has soulful voices in it. It has, so I kind of just took that, honed it, and kind of made it my vibe.
Yeah, you did a really great job doing that. Absolutely. So a part of your bio, you call yourself a multidimensional and unassuming artist. What do you mean by unassuming?
Unassuming because, looking at me right now, I look like a Black woman, an urban Black woman, and because of that, there's so many times where people look at me and then I sing and I'm doing my music and they're like, whoa, I never thought you would do that. Oh, okay. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I know my appearance doesn't fit the vibe, but baby, we make it vibe. We make it fit. So I'm very unassuming. Like, you never know what's coming next when it comes with me.
Yeah, I love that. And it speaks truth to just representation in that genre as well, right? Like, it's not necessarily that you don't fit the genre, it's just like people's ideologies and social constructs of what that is, and you're here to break the norm. So I love that.
Exactly.
Amazing. So back in 2019, or I lied, 2018, you headlined your first show. It was called Wonderlust. It was a celebration of the beginning of the summer, but also the creative collective, right? So how was this event a pivotal moment for you, and how did it play a role in your artist development?
So yeah, it definitely it pushed me, because my goal was to, create a platform for Toronto artists to be able to, that aren't of the norm here in Toronto, to have a place to perform. Because again, for me, I never found any places that really, supported house or pop, or, when it came to the scene in Toronto, right? So I was like, okay, a lot of the scene is very R&B, very trap soul, very hip hop. So because I couldn't find a place, I wanted to create a lane for me and for other artists like me. So that's where it really came in from. And because, I'm a summer baby, I'm born in August and I love summer. So like, let's bring in the summer and celebrate this properly, But yeah, when I get into that, when I say it pushed me is because I had gone to Miami to go work on music, like a good 2 weeks before really settling in and planning this stuff, because my team back home, like, I had asked them, okay, get this together while I'm over there, get this together, and that way I can just come and get it done. But everybody has their lives and stuff, so it wasn't done back. So I literally had a month to put it together with me and my best friend, that we do events together. And so I said, we got it together, we got artists on the bill, and thankfully, God willing, it was packed and it was sold out. So yeah.
Not too shabby for your first event, hey. That's amazing. And since then, have there been more? Or do you plan on creating more?
I did another one in 2018. And then unfortunately, we were pandemic, we were a lot, right? So it stopped a lot. I haven't done it since, but I'm definitely working to get it done either this year or next year, because it has to come back. And rebranding, and we're trying to make sure that we actually get the urban artists who are in, I won't say urban, but BIPOC artists who are doing pop, house, EDM, that vibe, and feel like they don't have a place. You guys will have in Wanderlust.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's such a perfect timing to, like, beginning of summer. I feel like the two genres that really represent summer, I shouldn't just limit it to two, but among the top genres that represent summer is EDM house and Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like those are the two genres that's just like, yes, we're here, we're loving it, the sun is shining. It just makes you want to like do things, like be active, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yes. Okay, well, make sure to send me the invite when the next one comes. Whenever, no rush, no
I'm
rush.
gonna hit you up, girl, because I see where you're
Yeah.
going. That's what
Oh, we want this. We need more. I need more EDM house, like good EDM, you know, not just like I'm not big on the techno EDM genre, but your music is amazing. So I need more of that in my life.
Thank you. They're kind of
Okay, another highlight for you was your performance at Blockorama, which was an event during Pride. And we all know Pride is a good time, so I'm sure you were having a blast there. Can you take us back to that moment? What was it like?
honestly, I love the whole experience for years because my middle sister works in like the sexual health field, right? And educating, black females, males on, sexual health. And so she's always there at Blockorama, either testing or doing all that stuff and educating. And so for years I would go in, it's a free event, go in and party, see people that I know.
Yeah.
And always like, you have to perform, you have to get on this bill, you have to get on this bill. And thankfully they hit me up and they're like, have you applied yet? And I was like, no, but I really want to. And then they're like, come do the show. And I was like, okay, listen, I put together that bomb ass show and I was so happy. It was a blessing. And I want to do it again. I want to continue to do it. I'm so happy that I've been a part of their history. But it's not the last, and I continue to be a part of them because Blockorama, you guys are doing stuff for us.
Literally. There's such a vibe every single time, and they're outside. It attracts new people, you know. It's a great way to showcase your craft. But also that story, okay, when Jesus says yes, no one says no, excuse me?
Right.
You didn't even put it in an application, but they knew your name? Excuse me?
Me, okay? I was like, oh, hey, I have to do it.
Yes, that's amazing. That's when you know you're doing what God wants you to do. You're doing things right, you know? That's when you know you're on the right path.
Listen, I thank God for everything because without him, I don't know. I don't know where I'd be. I don't even know if I'd still be doing music. Without him, I'm nothing. So,
Yeah. Well, praise God to that, girl. Okay, so I have a few rapid fire questions for you. It's this or that.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Vinyl or digital streaming?
You know, I love me a vinyl. Just put that record on and just spin. But
What? Okay.
I don't know. See, this is gonna be very hard for me. this or that. You know what? We're doing vinyl. It's vinyl.
You're doing vinyl with a glass of wine?
Yeah.
Are you that type of girl?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
Slip in my hand. Yes.
Yes. That's how you. That's the proper way to listen to music. You know, you listen to an album from the front to the back. That's how you do it right.
Yeah.
Okay, solo artist or part of a band?
This is gonna kill me. I want to say solo because I am a solo artist, but no, being a part of a band, being a part of a group, because it's easier to navigate this industry with, people that are solid and you guys are doing it together. So I'm gonna say a group.
Yeah. Can you speak more on that? Because I kept this in there for that particular reason, because I know you're big in the community. You guys all kind of work together and support one another at each other's shows, whether on stage as backup vocalists or just like show up as like an audience member. Can you just speak to that, of like what it means to like have that community where y'all are just there for each other?
Yeah, honestly, it's beautiful because having people that you can lean on to, drop like any stressing that you've had, that kind of understand what you're going through in this industry is 1000% the way to go. Like my boo in this industry is Marley Unknown. Like that is my babe in this industry. Like we can go back and forth and kind of vent to each other about what's going on, or even come up with ideas with each other. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that, we're all super multi-talented and we're able to show up and support each other. And that's the main thing, because when you're a solo artist, yes, you have your team, but at the end of the day, you face the world alone. So you don't have the people to, when you're walking across that stage, you guys are together in a sisterhood or a family. You know what I mean? But yeah, I love the people that I've met along the way and actually built, solid relationships in this industry.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so lovely whenever I see you guys as like a squad. Like it's so deep. It's nice to see how deep your guys' friendship really is, you know. It's not just like I'm here for the money. It's way bigger than that.
Oh yeah, and you definitely have to love it. You have to love this field to be in it. I feel like, yes, money is great. But if I don't love it, then all the things that, we go through as artists isn't worth it.
Okay, my next question for you is artistic or electronic music? I feel like we know the answer.
Honestly, I'm artistic. Yeah, I know it's weird because it's like I do dance, I do EDM and all that, but it never really starts out that way. Again, because I came with a background of like R&B, soul, and everything like that. Like I'll come with R&B melodies and everything like that, and then we build up on to the beat and have it house and dancey and everything. Because ultimately, we know that that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, I'm very.
Oh, that's interesting. Can you film your process one day? Like, I would love to hear how that transitions,
Yeah.
From like a soul, like, woo, to like a, I want to know.
Yeah, no, I definitely am. This year, I'm definitely trying to do a lot more, showing background built up BTS when it comes to all this stuff, because yes, a lot of comments. People want to see,
People want to see that. Yeah. Especially that transition from like a gospel tone to an EDM thing. I want to see that. I'll repost it. Okay. Next one. Live performances or studio recordings?
Live performances, baby.
Okay. Period. The energy is different, right?
Yeah. You know what? Like I started out like performing live before hitting the studio, because I joined this children's choir called TC3 when I was 8. And so from then I was always performing live. So like I had to get used to being in the studio, having headphones on, being in a closed room. Like I was used to being on stage where I was free. I could roam around, my personality shows. I had to really like figure out how to show my personality in the studio. So live performances all the way.
And how did you figure that out?
Through trial and error, and then
Trial and error.
A lot of crying.
Really?
I'm just an emotional person, so I was like, if I don't get it right the first time, I was like, oh. But then, we work on it and we get it together. But I'm a very emotional person. I cry for everything.
Okay. Aw. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you worked through it. Oh my gosh. I would never assume that that type of experience could be emotional like that. So thanks for sharing. That's very interesting.
Because you step into a new element. Like you have to like relearn yourself and be like, okay, this didn't work out. Okay, how do we fix this? But yeah, again, I'm just emotional. So
No, but that's how you process things. That's how you work through things, right? So that's just part of it for you. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, next one. Lyrics first or melody first?
melody.
Melody. Hmm. Are you one of those people that like pulls out your phone, start recording,
Yeah.
and then gets back to it later? Oh.
Yeah, if you look at my phone right now, there are so many voice notes.
Do you ever stop a conversation and be like, hold on, I just need to get this out?
No. If I'm in a conversation, like you'll have my attention. But
Okay. Okay, analog recording or digital production?
you know what? Oh, so hard. Well, because I'm all the time, we're gonna do digital.
Digital. Okay, digital. Okay, okay. DIY music videos or professionally produced visuals?
Ooh, so this is great because I pretty much do my own videos. I have an entertainment company called Trip School.
Oh, wow.
Ah! And
That's
so I'll hire and get people to do music videos, but the treatments are all me or anybody else that I bring in to help me with the treatment. So I'm still gonna say professional, but it is DIY because like it's under my company.
amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so what's a music video people should go and check out
Yeah.
produced by you?
So there's two out. No, there's more. But there's one that I did with Marley Unknown. It's our song called Alone. So that was under my company, Tripsicle, and I did that. There is Focus by me and Austin Strange. That was done by my best friend and her company and mine. So Felicia Mendez helped me. She created this with me. So Focus is definitely something you guys should check out. And then I also have like live performances on YouTube that I did underneath my company as well.
Oh, wow. All right. So, y'all, if you ever need a hairstylist, if you ever need an entertainment production company, if you ever need some upbeat tunes to just change the vibe and put you in the mood, hit up your girl Fridae. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
my facet.
multi-talented. That's amazing. Okay. Touring small venues or playing festivals?
I'm gonna say festivals. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna say festivals, especially because the experience that I experienced when I went to my first festival, and that's what was a pivotal moment for me to actually get into this lane of music. Festival, I love the camaraderie when people come out to these festivals, and like I like to relate it to it's like going to a fete. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's here to party. Yes, you're gonna see some stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all love. Like everybody's just there to have fun and really go there to support their artists. So, festival all day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so as an attendee of a festival, what has been some crazy stuff that you've seen?
There are so many things. But number one, you're definitely gonna see people doing drugs. Like people are doing drugs, and they're just happy. You know how many times I've had people go, "Oh my god, I love you. I love you too." I don't know you, but yeah, I love you too. What else? It's like, seeing people dance is cool. They do the shuffling. You should see shuffle with them, and it's not working. Um, but yeah, that's mainly it. Like I definitely like kind of lead people to whatever their vices are.
Mhm.
Come out and enjoy myself. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I always love the crazy dancers, the ones that are just like letting it go, like whatever was stressing them out. By the time that festival's over,
yep,
it is in the
yep,
past.
yep.
Okay, genre blending or sticking to a specific genre?
Genre,
We know the answer.
genre,
Period.
yeah.
And it's also, that's just like the theme of the 20th century. Like, no one really sticks to a genre these days. And it's not a bad thing. It's just, you rarely see it.
Yeah. No, I just love the way you said it. They just don't stick to things. It was great. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. Especially like I'm a prime example. I'm taking elements from everything because like music music doesn't see color. It doesn't see age, it doesn't see, your physique. Music is just there to make you feel good and flow through your body. So if I'm gonna take everything that I can and that influences me to make me feel good and make somebody else feel good, I'm doing it. We're stronger blended.
Absolutely. 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 Through your music and just through your personality here on this live, you have been making us all feel good. So I appreciate that. Um, What can you tell us is coming up for you next?
Yes. Don't get me excited. So I just dropped my single with High Class. That is my producer. That's my go-to. That was Told You. We dropped it in November. We're still pushing it. And what do I have next? Actually, this next song just dropped as well. This song called On Time. It's with my brethren, my buddy from the UK, King Keys. Super talented guy. So that just dropped. So anybody, if you guys are here trying to check out my music, go and stream that right now because it is popping right now. That and Told You. So On Time and Told You. One thing about On Time is like, this is a new genre for me. This is I won't say Afrobeat. I'm a piano. Sorry. So
I'm a piano.
Yeah, I'm a piano.
Okay.
So you know, I tried to do my little thing on it.
Yeah, it's different but similar because I find that house is very similar to I'm a piano.
Very similar. So I'm excited because you know this is a new vibe for me.
Yeah.
So that dropped. Take a listen. Let me know what you think. And then the next song that we have that's coming out is Juice. And honestly, that is more on the R&B side of things. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people are asking me, they're like, hey, yeah, you do this, but can you? So I'm trying. So we got Juice coming out.
Listen, I'm excited for Juice because when I see you live, you're always doing R&B. So I'm so excited to like have this track to refer to and be like, this is her R&B side, guys. Like,
Yeah.
enjoy, indulge. Okay, well, there's a lot coming out. Is there a favorite song, or I guess you said Juice is the one that's challenged you the most, right? Or not Juice, the Ami Piano song, rather.
I feel like it challenged me the most. Well, yes and no, because I feel like my best songs come out from in the shower. So it's a vibe with me. I did the melody in the shower, and then me and High Class, we co-wrote the track together. So yeah, it was still pretty new because again I do house and EDM. And so when King Keys brought this to me, I was like, okay, all right, we can see what we could do with this. And it came out pretty well, if I do say so myself. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear it, and I'm definitely I'm going to continue following all of it, and I hope everyone that's watching and watches the replay also continues to support you or supports you if they're just getting introduced to you. And yeah, girl, this has been a lovely conversation.
I loved it. You're a vibe.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you so much, Fridaee, for joining me. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more conversations with artists in Canada.